Hello chic friends, this is Fiona Ferris from howtobechic.com, and today's video is about how to create your dream life on 1 hour a day. So I have a lot of people say to me, mostly readers of my blog or my books, but occasionally somebody in real life, and they say, I really want to do something different, but I just don't have time. Like, I want to write a book, or I want to, I don't know, get a different job, or just change my life, not do the job I'm doing right now. And but you know, when you're working full time, how do you do it? How do you start things changing? And somebody I know, she wants to start a she makes amazing chutneys and sauces, and she wants to make it into her business, but she has a full-time business already that she runs, and that pays the bills, but it's not her passion. So, but she said, well, you know, I work 5 days a week, so, and I've got family on the weekends, so where do I find the time to do that? Like, she's up at, you know, in the evenings making her chutneys, but it's sort of finding suppliers and wholesale things, like, you know, people that you can sell through or sell to, that kind of thing. So it is, yeah, there's just so many different things that we all think we'd like to change, but where do you find the time? So I thought, what a neat idea for a video, and I'm going to talk about how to take an hour a day and create your dream life. So my first point that I'd like to talk about is to decide what kind of life you want, or what kind of goal you have in mind. So whether it's a chutney business or writing a book, or it might be losing weight, so many different things. But if you can think about something that you really want, that's the first step. Or if it's not a specific goal, it's just daydreaming about what your ideal life would look like. And for me, it was working from home and doing something creative, and not necessarily working from home, but just going to an office 8 hours a day, doing filing and things like I used to do, or working in our shop as well. It just wasn't creative enough for me, but of course you have to pay the bills too, and the kind of things I used to like to do and still do, like sewing or knitting, I thought, well, how do you how do you make a job out of that, aside from working in a factory? Because things I make anyway take so long that like, you know, knitting something takes forever for me because I'm not very fast, and it's not really a marketable business idea. But then I found from writing on my blog and writing my books that it was something that I could do from home. So that's really awesome. So think about yourself, what kind of ideas you have, like my friend's chutneys, that you could think, how can I do something about it? The second point I'd like to talk about is to inspire yourself to keep on going, basically. So you look at other people that have done the same things that you've done and get get faith from them, borrow their faith before you've got your own, that it's something that can work, and that it will work out for you as well because you've seen it work out for other people. And other ways I like to inspire myself are by reading motivational books, flavours that speak to me, like Brian Tracy is always a favourite of mine, and I sort of come across various other ones as in browsing Kindle books on Amazon or listening to people's videos on YouTube, and it's just so cool excuse me, when you come across somebody that just really, I don't know, just sparks something off inside of you, and it just sets you off, and it's cool. So I hope I can do that for somebody else watching this video or reading my blog. Pay it forward. And so it's just so important to inspire yourself, and I do this daily by watching a YouTube video, or I put my earphones that I've got in, my little microphone things, I put those in, and I put a video on my phone or an audio, and I put it in my pocket as I'm doing things around the house, like the dishes or chopping veggies for dinner or straightening up the house or putting washing out to taking the dogs for a walk. Sometimes I don't put headphones in for that, I just enjoy the bird song and the sun. but sometimes I listen to something as well. So, and in the car too, like I always have a CD on because my car's not new enough for MP3 cord or even Bluetooth, but I put a CD in and listen to something motivational as well rather than just ads on the radio. So that's, I guess, part of your 1 hour a day is inspiring yourself, and for me that alone takes up 1 or 2 hours a day, but I'm doing it while I'm doing other things. And I always have my Kindle with me, and I have a novel on the go, and I always have some motivational books on the go as well. And often I like to read a novel before I'm going to sleep, and in the morning I'll sit up in bed with a cup of tea because I like to get up really early and have tea before I start my day, and I read something for about half an hour while I drink my tea with the cats and the dogs in bed. And my husband escapes to the gym because it's otherwise it'd be 6 people lounging around drinking tea, but it's only 5, me plus 4 pets in the bed. So I would highly encourage that. And for some people they think, like my mum would go, reading a motivational book, that sounds so dull, I'd rather read Shakespeare or something that she's a bit more highbrow than me. But you can find the flavour that you like. Like there are quite masculine motivational books and videos, and there's quite feminine ones as well where it's mostly females talking, and they will have their own way of gently inspiring you to do more and to start living your dream life as well. Number 3 is to keep on going. And it's easy to forget about your dreams sometimes when you are busy, you've got a headache, maybe, I don't know, kids are being naughty, so many things, dog's been sick on the carpet, and it's sometimes, a week can go by that you're just catching your, not catching your tail, whatever that saying is. What a rowdy bird out there. Anyway. Yeah, so you barely have breathed and you realise it's Friday and the whole week's gone and you don't know where it's gone. And that life's like that. But if you carry on looking back, basically if you write your goals down and your dreams in your little dream notebook that you carry around with you, you can revisit them and remind yourself. And the more often you do that, the less often you'll forget it. And so that's my best tip for staying the course. And maybe you'll find that your goals have changed or your dreams change, but that's okay because you can do that. It's your life. And there's a saying I like that I've read so long ago, I don't know where it's from, but it says to have your dreams set in stone, but the way to get there set in sand. So, you sort of have this glittering vision of the life that you want, but the way you get there, you don't know all the steps, so you just follow the breadcrumbs. Number 4 is to let yourself change, because this can be uncomfortable, and it can also, for me, I've found, bring out feelings of guilt. I don't know why. I'm just a guilty person. I just experience guilt easily. And maybe that keeps me honest, I don't know. But when you start consciously designing your life, say, and you find things do change, and I guess like me, I feel like I've lucked out becoming an author and being able to work from home, and also moving from the city to our beautiful property in the country. I almost think it was too easy, but I forget that we had many years, like a decade of scrimping and saving and working 7 days in our business to get there, and also the fact that I would get up early before work and write for an hour a day towards my books when I was, going to work in the shoe store. So I sort of forget those things too, and that's why I can feel a little bit, I may be guilty for my good fortune, what I think is good fortune, but it's all from, I guess, compounding actions over the years. And like I said, changing is uncomfortable because you are literally moving out of your comfort zone into the sort of unknown area past that. and you sort of, it's tempting to want to go back to just the comfort of how you were before, whether it is like moving to a different place and starting a writing career like I have, or losing weight, say when you might have lost some weight and are wearing different clothes and get more attention from people, and you sort of feel a bit conspicuous. It's a bit too tempting to go back to how you were before, but just saying to yourself that it's okay to change, it's okay to be different to how you were, and that it will trigger little feelings of discomfort. It sort of lets you know that it's okay, lets your mind know that it's okay to keep on going. Number 5 is to be different to other people, and I love this one. I think I've always enjoyed being different to other people. When I was at high school, I didn't like what the trends were. Like, there was the cool crowd of girls that wore a certain kind of jeans, they carried a certain brand of tote bag, they had the certain kind of watch, and they wore their hair in a certain way too, with the little headband. This was the 80s. And all the things that they wore I did not like, I did not want to wear. And even today, the brand names of the items, like there was the Swatch watch that all the girls wore, I was like, oh, not that like they were sort of a rubbery watch, but even now, if something's too trendy, or if something's like a mega trend, I just don't want any part of it, and maybe that's where I get it from. But there's other ways of being different to people that aren't so easy, like we don't have kids, and we're in the minority. I mean, lots of people don't have kids, but it seems like everyone's got kids, and it just didn't work out for us, and we didn't really try that hard. Like, we could have tried harder to have kids. Like, we didn't do anything proper like IVF, but we just decided we're going to have a different life to everybody else. Like, we're going to have just us, and it's going to be awesome, and it is, and we love it. And I mean, there's no guarantee even if you do have IVF, but I'm just glad that because it didn't work out, that we're good with it, that we're both really happy with it. And I love my life so much. It just gets better and better every year. And I have nieces and a nephew and cousins with kids, so there's, certainly kids around me. But I think I just really love the fact that we're quite different like that. And probably most people we know do have children, so, but there's lots of other ways too that you can be different. Like, I'm quite different in that most wives that I know go to work, unless there's a few that don't, but yeah, I just love having my own time and doing my work from home. And sometimes I won't do anything on a Tuesday, but I'll work that night, or I'll work all day Saturday. Like, I can choose my hours, and it's really neat because, say if my husband works Saturdays, then I can do my work on a Saturday too. But if he has a day off to do something during the week, then we both can be together. So it's really cool. And my last point is that, might sound a bit morbid, but you don't have forever. Like, you are actually living your life right now, and as we get further on in years, or maybe if we lose someone, like I lost my dad almost 6 months ago, you realise that, one day you're just not there. So it sort of encourages you not to put things off, and I guess I do this, and maybe you do too, that there's the things you're going to do one day, the things that you think, one day I'm going to New York City, and I am one day, and one day I'm going to stop eating potato chips and fit my jeans. One day I'm going to do all the sewing that I plan to do and finish those cushion covers I started when we moved here. And those are just little things, but it's also like, one day I'm going to read a book, or one day I am going to either move house or move to a different part of the country or a different part of the world where I've always wanted to live. And I think what I learned from my dad is that he did things that he really wanted to do, and like when he died last year, he was over in the US at the Bonneville Salt Flats, and he was racing his bike that he'd built himself. And so he went doing something quite different for a 73-year-old, but that was like his happy place. Like motorbike since he was a teenager has been his thing, and so it's pretty cool that he died doing something that he loved. Yeah, so for me that tells me to just enjoy life and continue on with the things that make you happy. Like if you think about what you really enjoy doing, then do more of those things and make the most of every day. Yeah, so I encourage you to explore how you can put a little bit of time aside each day. And it's not really putting it aside, it's intentionally using that time. Like you might decide to get up earlier. Like if you get up at 6:30, 7 o'clock, you might, which is what I used to do, you might decide to get up at 6 o'clock and map your life out. Daydream your life, inspire yourself, make plans, work towards it with little steps. Like my friend with the chutney business, she might use that time to dream up new recipes, brainstorm some ideas of how she can get places that she can sell to, how she can publicise her chutneys, like write out press releases and send them to newspapers or food magazines. There's so many cool things that you can do, and research as well. Like you can research how to do this, how to write a book, how to be inspired to be slim, how to reorganize your wardrobe. There's so many cool projects that you can make yourself happy with. And if you'd like to learn how to write a book, I have some free emails. It's a 10 email mini course that give you lots of tips on how to start writing your book, even if you've never written a word. I've had lots of really good feedback from this series, and I will put the link with this video so that you can click on it, because it's one of those links with letters and numbers that I don't remember, and it would be pointless saying it in a big long line and then you'd have to type it out. So I'll just put the clickable link with this video, and you can click on that and receive my free email series if you want to. If writing a book is your thing, or you would like it to be your thing, because it's actually not that hard. I used to think it was this massive big thing, and that how would I ever write a whole book. But what I learned from my research and also from doing it is that it's not that hard. Yes, it takes commitment, but if it's a topic that you love to talk about, then it's actually not like hard work at all, because you know there's those things that you could just gas on about all day and all night, and maybe you already do, so why not gas on paper or on a screen and fulfill one of your dreams of writing a book. I double dare you to do that in 2019, and just think, like it's February now when I'm recording this video, February 2019. Imagine if at Christmas time or New Year's of 2020, wow, how exciting is that, that you can say you've written a book. You can say, you can have a look on Amazon and you can see it up there. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool indeed. Yeah. And it's possible. I know it's possible. So borrow my faith and keep it for yourself, and get there. Go there and do it. Thank you for joining me on today's video. This is Fiona Ferris, and you can find me at howtobechic.com. Please tell me, what is your dream life? What's one component of it, or what's a general feeling that you want to have in your life? I would love you to share it with me, and let's all inspire each other. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.